Ain't no have Steppin with Marcus J. Appreciate everybody. Thanks for listening to us. We are back from our break. Be down with us at 804-402-2893 to be down with the flagship show, Legacy Internet Radio. I'm getting a bunch of text messages from my family. And so those folks who choose not to call us up, that's cool. I know. I get your notes. But if you want to be down, hit me in social media in a public forum, and I'll actually call you out and say your name. And maybe if I like you, I'll say nice things about you. If not, then I just won't. 804-402-2893 to be down with SY, JR,
yep,
and Carl Banks. That's what I'm talking about. All right, listen. We got some more what the hell before we get to Carl Banks when he asks us, what do you think about it? And a couple of things I want to get to. I kind of teased it before what we're going to talk about. And first thing I want to get to is the postal worker, JR. I want you on this one first. Dude, when he just went to work. Like, all of us went to work. Well, I ain't go to work today. I'm off today. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah. Be jealous. But most people went to work today. And I ain't lazy, damn it. I just had to be off.
Age, I had 15 jobs.
Oh, okay. Miss.
I was a bus driver, a student aide, a car washer, a cashier,
man, I can
a
say
chicken
some
making
really
Kentucky
inappropriate
Fried
things
Chicken.
right now, but I'm not going to. I'm behave myself because I know Mama listening, so I'm not gonna be mean to her baby girl. Darn it! But yeah, this dude is delivering mail,
right?
And he took a couple in the chest, and now he ain't here no more.
He died? Like, I ain't hear that.
Yeah,
like I ain't even hear the dude got popped for delivering mail. Like, what's that about?
Tyrone Jerome Barnett. Landover, Maryland, right outside of Washington, D.C., not too far from here, 26 years old. He's found dead, gunshot wounds. They're trying to identify suspects, motives. Postal Service spokesperson Frank Shisher says it's rare for a postal worker to be killed while delivering mail, but it has happened. Postal worker was killed north of Houston in May, and in 2010, a delivery man in Miami was also shot to death. In this case, they're offering a $100,000 reward for information that leads to his arrest. And without having to tell SY, she already knows where I'm getting this story from.
The Huffington Post.
My girl. Ain't no hashtag with Marcus JJR. What's your thoughts on this, my brother?
Damn.
Carlton Banks, what's your thoughts on it? Because JR just said a whole lot. I don't know how you follow that, but I mean,
damn.
Did he drop off somebody's package broken? Who kills the postman? Ain't that a felony?
He took a sample.
I don't know.
I mean, I really think that's a felony to kill a government employee like that.
Well, it's a felony to kill somebody. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
If you kill somebody, it's already felonious.
Yeah, that is a felony.
I'm sorry.
Dude, I ain't get my JCPenney catalog yet, man. Shoot, you know how that is. They don't distribute. Is it online?
No.
Damn.
He done took some free samples.
He took some free samples.
He done took the samples and
I mean, you can go through somebody's magazine and tear those out and just rub those on you so you can smell good.
God. That's not right though. It's still not.
I mean, how many people does he deliver in a month? I mean, for real. That's enough to carry me through every day, right?
It's sad. It's crazy. That's why. What's your thoughts?
You know what that's gonna do, right?
What?
That's gonna slow down the mail delivery.
You think so?
They're gonna start giving postal workers guns. They already been trying to do that anyway.
That's messed up. It's not funny. It really isn't. It's not funny.
I got another story. Let's move on to another story. I'm also getting this one from
the Huffington Post.
This one, Carlton, I want you on this one first.
Trouble.
I want you on this one first. This one is about the pre-K teacher who has come under fire because she told the parents that their kids stink. Yes. A number of parents in Buffalo, New York are upset with the pre-kindergarten teacher. She sent home a note regarding, quote, unclean and unkept students. The note, and there's a photo of it here, and I'll show you guys after I've had a chance to read it. But it says, matter of fact, let me try to show y'all as I'm looking at it. If you guys can find, it says urgent note. It's dated November 14th of 13. Please read with double underlines. Several children in I'm going to read the whole thing, y'all, so bear with me. Several children in pre-K, ages 3 and 4, are coming to school, parentheses, sometimes daily, with soiled, stained, and dirty clothes. Some give off unpleasant smells, and some appear unclean and unkept. Parents, please take care of this matter. It is a health and safety concern. It also makes it difficult for me to be close to them or even want to touch them. Enough said. Please sign and return so I know you read this. Thank you. And then she has a line for the parents to sign. I want Carlton in on this one first. I will give my opinion on this one last. Carlton Banks. Just for the interest of full disclosure, Carlton Banks has a child that's 8. He's 8 years old. JR has one that's soon to be born. He hasn't been born, or she hasn't been born yet. SY has grown children, and Marcus J has a 10-year-old. So just we all can relate. And JR, we know that you got nieces and nephews who are older.
8 of them.
Yeah. So we all have been around, kids who could potentially smell like a freaking the woods. Like these kids apparently do. Like they've been out there, chopping wood and playing football in men's locker rooms.
As I've heard it turned to me, smelling like sub sandwiches.
Smelling like athletes' foots and Shaq sneakers. So call it Banks. Put odor eaters on your damn armpit. Call Banks. I want you on this one first, my brother. Steak ass kids. What's your thoughts, man?
Well, the truth hurts. A lot of people don't like the truth, and to be honest, kids that young, they can stink, man. I'm dead serious. I ran up on my son one time. I was like, "Ooh, wait a minute, hold on. You got some deodorant? You need to put on some." So yeah, I do understand how a teacher, a pre-K, because again, some of those kids don't go to the bathroom like they should or handle their business like they could. So I commend the teacher, although. People hate to be called out in any standpoint of the word that their child is dirty or their house may be dirty.
Now, here's a problem. I understand why she wrote the note. It should have been a better way to get the note out. However,
yeah, that was my only problem.
However,
could have typed it.
Now, it's better than me calling ACS or ACW or whoever it is that they have in different states saying that this child is in a a dangerous environment, or there's neglect here with this child, and somebody comes and then finds more out than your child just has on dirty clothes and smells bad. You haven't bathed your child, and then you lose your child. So you'd rather get the note saying that your child needs to be clean and you need to do the laundry than somebody come and take your child.
Pretty much.
To this point here, I'm just going to say, number one, I had issue with the fact that she wrote it out on the joint, and it looked like it was copied like Xerox.
It was like homework.
And I was thinking, why she ain't type it? But, I don't see the problem with the letter. That's why I said, Child Protective Services could be called. It's saying here that some of these kids have soiled underwear on, man. That's bad.
And from what I understand today, reading one of my fellow Facebook posts, their kid who has a child in the same grade my son is in, but not in the same class, letter came home today. Somebody had a head lice. So
right.
It happens.
But my thing here is today, no one. We don't like to say anything critical of anyone. Unless, of course, it's the president, which that seems to be okay. But we don't want to, you can't critique anybody, you can't discipline anybody,
exactly.
You can't do anything to anybody. But law enforcement can shoot people unwarranted who's running to you for help. They can tase folks for questioning politicians. It's backwards.
Don't tase me, bro.
Bizarro. We living in bizarro world. I'm looking for Bizarro Superman coming out at any minute now. But that's what it is. My only issue is, why is there an issue?
Well, y'all know I got an opinion.
I know you do.
And the letter insinuates somebody.
You want to hear it? Here you go.
There you go. I think she had her damn mind for writing this note.
What?
Let me finish.
Ain't no way.
Let me finish. Think she out her damn mind for writing this note. And when I say writing, I mean handwriting.
Okay.
All right, for real.
Because the level of professionalism that was taken here is so low that it takes away, in my opinion, from the credibility of the content of the letter. If your kids stink, you know they stink. If your kid smells like urine, you know your kid smells like urine. And if you sending your kid to me, come on, y'all know me well enough to know I ain't got a filter. And I got one, but it stay broke. It don't always work. You know what I mean? So if your kids stink, it's a good bet. I'm gonna tell you that your kids stink respectfully, in confidence. But if your child smells like Ling Long, I'm gonna tell you that your child smells like burnt garbage.
You smell like what?
You know, it's a phrase a friend of mine used to use.
Smell like the BFI.
Like if he said if your kid smelled like Ling Long, you knew that it meant that the kid stunk. But anyway, seriously, like the fact that she wrote it, it takes away from the message. Right. So you can't write that in a note. It needs to be on an official. Yeah. You should have gotten approval from the administration, a counselor, some. I don't know if you have counselors for 3 and 4 year olds, but it should not, in my opinion, come only from the teacher. She should have gotten backing from the school to make that known, because it is a real issue. It is a fair issue. And as a parent who is around children when I go to school and things of that sort, I can't say that I've come across stink ass kids. I can't say that I have. But if I have, I wonder how I would deal with it. I can't say that she's wrong for wanting to address it. I think she's wrong for how she addressed it. That's my only issue with it. Because she the one that got to spend all day in a room full of stink-ass kids. And I wouldn't want to be in a room full of stink-ass kids all day. If your kid smells like, a death camp.
And it's your kid who's gonna be like, I need help.
Yeah, and I gotta come and stand over like they've been. And then when they raise their arm, and then you gotta lean over, and their arm is right there. Yeah, like you can see the cloud of dirt and smoke and stuff.
Can you go take that over to the Johnny?
I mean, for real, man. If your child smells like the bottom of the clothes hamper, then you should probably do something about that.
I want you to sit in the back of the room.
Yeah, man. If your child smells like like a football stadium at the end of a game with all of the sneakers and socks and stuff. Yeah, if your child smells like a nightclub when all the stank women left and all the stank men left after sweating all night, then you should probably get a note sent home. But it shouldn't be handwritten on loose leaf paper.
No, with the hole punched in the side.
With the hole punch on the side.
Yeah, top she got like urgent.
That joint got she got urgent.
Where did she get this random piece of notebook paper?
Yeah, I mean, like she just look. She said. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, or maybe they stunk that bad. She was like, I gotta write this down.
Yo, she got that from Little Johnny's notebook, right? Little Johnny. Everybody knows Little Johnny. Ain't no how Steppin with Marcus J. I want to kind of change the conversation, and the rest of what the hell is going to be talking about variations of Black Friday. Anybody that knows me knows that I am a strong proponent of Invest in Us Too, which is the program that I've been talking about for the last few weeks, which the crowdfunding program where we, us, citizens, are crowdfunding. We're donating money to each other, basically, pooling money into a pot where we can take that money and donate it to each other for the sole purpose of creating businesses. And so the goal was $100,000 between October 25th and December 3rd, which is tomorrow. Unfortunately, the money that was raised hasn't come close to the goal. And that's upsetting to me because I know for a fact that I personally have given money. I personally have reached out to every single person that I know personally, whether it be inside or outside of Legacy Internet Radio, and those folks who have donated, great. I won't call anybody out. I don't care for you to tell me if you did or you didn't. It's not between me and you. It's between you and your conscience and you and the community. So I don't need to know if you did or you didn't. But if you did not, if you spent money on Black and Miles, if you spent money on Hennessy or weed, or if you spent money on Big Macs, or if you gave money to a bum, or if you bought gum, or if you bought coffee from Starbucks, or if you lost $20 in the washing machine, if you have blown money on nonsense, then you are deficient, because you could have helped the community do something where we're creating jobs. And the point of creating jobs, you're creating wealth in the community. Whether you agree with the program, if you agree with me, because I have touted it, if you would loan me $10 if I asked you for it, then that's $10 you could have donated in my name. That being said, on Friday, Black Friday, one thing that I really, really, really can't understand is why people run out of their house at 5 o'clock in the morning on Friday. And in recent years, not just this year, I think they just started last year, whatever. People going out on Thanksgiving now. They calling it Brown Thursday. And you go into the stores to shop and all of this kind of stuff. Keeping in mind that the stores that you go into and the people that you seeing, they not home with their families because they in there with your crazy ass as you fight somebody over towels. Yeah, I said it, ass wiping towels, because there's a story on the internet in a Walmart in North Carolina where there were some people that got into it over towels. So Jay, I want you on this one first. We're gonna go around the room. I don't need you to tell me unless you're comfortable what your Black Friday plan was, but I'd like to have commentary whether you participated or not. You don't have to share, but I'd like to have commentary whether you support it or not. I don't support it. I made a mandate in my household that we ain't spending no money between Thursday and Monday, and that includes Cyber Monday, which is today. What's your thoughts?
Hey, look, if I can get a good deal, I can get a good deal. That's if it's something I'm gonna buy anyway, and I got a chance to go and get it. One year I got some quilted comforters. My dog got to them, so that's another story. But when I got some for like $1. That's good. That's money well spent. That's something I needed. Am I going to elbow drop somebody from the top rope over a TV? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not for standing in line for 3, 4, 5 hours. Now you got to be there. You got to be there Wednesday. You can't even be there like Friday. Like there's no at midnight. Like you got to be there Wednesday. Like literally, even like 4 years ago, I know outside of a Best Buy, man, I seen people in their little tents out in Short Pump, just with the little hot plates and stuff. I'm not missing that much of my life sitting out in front of a store doing nothing. I could do nothing at home inside with the heat on. So to that respect, no. But if I can just go out as I'm normally going to the store and happen to pick up something good, yeah, I'm all about it. But just being like all out, nah.
Callbacks.
I kind of like enjoy watching the people, running into the store. I have done 2 Black Fridays. Well, technically I didn't do 2. I say it like this. I went to one last year, and that was enjoyable because I just went in, got what I wanted, came out. I ain't had to get that hot item that everybody else was getting. I got the item that had already been out and just got it at a discounted price. So I was happy. That made my day right there. Then I was like, okay, I had to take advantage of a particular sale because, again, we got young ones, and young ones need Christmas trees up under the trees. So I was like, I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of this thing right here. But again, that was not immediately at the 6 o'clock in the morning, because I still trip out the people who be camped out and all they get is a ticket to buy a particular hot item only to come back later or sit out front of the store saying, hey man, you want this ticket for this particular item, and they up it another $100-$150. Yeah, girl. Yeah. You ain't know, girl.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. For your place in line, you can get about $500 easy.
But not so much the place in line. It's just
your ticket. But
I get the ticket. The store has a set number of pins. Mm-hmm. That pin is a brand new thing. It talks to you, does everything. So you get in line, you get that ticket, and then if JR is behind me, we partners in crime. All right. Now say here comes Marcus J. Damn, I couldn't get that damn pin. Hey man, you want my ticket to get that pin? Marcus all hype. He want that pin. It don't cost $20. I'm gonna charge Marcus $45.
Give a better chance if it was a Superman shirt or something.
I mean, yeah, it got a flint of kryptonite up in the
Marcus. I got a Superman shirt, man.
Yeah, I got the cure for kryptonite poisoning right here. You want this pen? Marcus is gonna spend money to get that kryptonite pen.
Are you making fun of me?
No, I just know that if you're gonna spend money, it's gonna be on something you like.
I'm not spending money on those days. That's why give me your comment, and then we'll talk about it a little bit more.
I don't do Black Friday. I don't don't want to deal with the rush. I don't want to deal with the crowd. I don't like crowds in the store when it's not a so-called special sale day. I don't like dealing with crowds in a store. I don't like dealing with people. I don't want to deal with you that way. That's annoying to me.
Let's be honest, you don't like people.
Everybody has their reason for doing or not doing things. And, with me, everything comes down to the social impact. If your reason for not doing Black Friday is because you don't want to deal with the crowd, which was my original reason, before I came into the level of social consciousness that I have now. My original reason was I ain't trying to be around all them crazy ass people. Now, I'm not a hypocrite. I will admit that I have done it, but damn it, I used to eat pork and I don't anymore. I mean, there's a lot of things that I don't do now that I used to do. I've been living 40 years, so give me a break on with regards to that. But the thing is, when I look at our country and I look at the 99% versus the 1%, and I look at how they market these things and how they use fool's gold to draw you into the store and to give you discounts that were discounted in July and will be discounted again in February at the same prices that they are on Black Friday, and they fool you into thinking that it's different now. Then they get you to rush in there to end up buying stuff that you didn't even come into the store to buy. It just really upsets me to see the mind games that go on with these big businesses when the mom and pop down the street is suffering because Walmart's on the corner or Target's on the corner or Best Buy's on the corner. When I look at how our communities used to be and how we used to have a level of togetherness, and a lot of it was based around the mom and pop convenience store that was on the corner. Now mom and pop can't do what they was doing because now there's a Walmart. And you don't even think about it. And I get that you want the big screen TV. I want a big screen TV too. Hey, look, I got a big screen TV. But I'm not going to be fooled into thinking that I have to have it on this particular day. And I did a rant last week about Thanksgiving, and, I guess I'll tip my hand again. We're going to talk a little bit about Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving again tonight when we get to the end of the show. I just don't like how the powers that be, the 1%, uses, shiny objects to draw you into the store. And it's just not cool to me. And when you see video of people in these stores acting a damn fool, and then you get a guy, and there's a story here. Where did I find it? Not the Huffington Post, my other favorite, yourblackworld.com. I got an article here of a guy in North Carolina who gets kicked out of the store. He gets kicked out of Walmart because he's filming people in there acting a damn fool.
I saw a YouTube video.
He's filming it. They kicked him out because they was in there fighting over stuff. They didn't kick the people out who was fighting over stuff. They kicked the guy out who was filming the people fighting over stuff. You got stories, that I am finding on the Huffington Post where they in there fighting over stuff. I mean, come on, man. Really? I put a picture up of people who were outside a Walmart store. I put it on my Facebook page a couple of days ago. People outside of Walmart stores, a photograph taken with their faces on the doors trying to get in.
Unreal.
And then under it was a picture of George Romero's Dawn of the Dead from like the 70s and with the zombies. And it was the same freaking picture. It was the same. It was the same. You saw the picture?
Yeah. I scrolled up and down like a couple times.
It was like the same picture. It was like, come on, yo. Like, I mean, I get so frustrated because I'm like, yo, I know we can do better, man. And if we pool our money and we target our money and we act like we have the power that we can have and do so much. But we get caught up in the shiny object. I got to have the new smartphone. I got to have the new tablet. I got to have the big screen TV. And you can have all of those kinds of things, but you just got to do it in the right way. Right. And if you run into the store when they tell you, come to my store, it's Black Friday, you better come to my store and get this item that's really only $10 less than what it's going to be tomorrow, but then next week it's going to be the same price that it is now. It's like, come on, yo.
Well, see, that's where I get mad at people who gravitate to stores that are going out of business. All they can do is wait. Everybody rushes in, they get the 10% off. That ain't up a tax. Then they go get the 20% off. That's tax plus 5%. Then you get the 30%. But by that time, everything out of the damn store. Just sit there and wait. All you gotta do is wait. Because by the time, but you wait long enough,
But people don't wait though. That's the point.
Right.
We get a hit in social media. Michelle says she was guilty. She was out there on Black Friday, but then she also said that she purchased from small business that she went to. She did go out one year, but she can't do it now because it's too crazy right now. Jr.
Hey, look, I feel you 100%, Michelle. Like, if I could have been out there, I would have been out there. But I go for stuff I need. I go for if I see that there's a Christmas gift that I'm looking to buy, and I see that it's $70, and on Black Friday it happens to be $30, then I'm gonna go and pick that up.
Well, then,
I guess I would be in the minority. Like most people, they're gonna go in and they just gonna get what they can get, and then next thing you know, it's right on eBay for like $300.
Well, let me ask you this, Carlton. I want you on this one first. What do you feel personally, Carlton Banks, about the new technology? Well, it ain't new because it's been out there, but the technology that they have now that tracks what you buy so that they can market directly with you. Every time you go in the store, they ask you your zip code. Every time you buy something online, they want your email. The next thing you know, they send you, oh, we promise that we won't sell you your email address, but you still get spammed by all of these people. They tracking the fact that Carlton Banks likes Vizio televisions, and so when Vizio comes out with the new whatever the new thing is, they're going to send Carlton Banks a note because they want Carlton Banks to buy the new Vizio thing because the old Vizio thing was something he purchased. So how do you feel about that?
You want to know the truth?
I want to know how you feel about it.
I'm going to tell you how I feel.
Well,
I'm going to tell you the truth.
Okay.
You know how many email accounts I got that are set up for spam alone? I got like 4 spam email accounts. That's the whole thing is this. I know what you're trying to do. When I go to the store to get that information or give you that product, I give you my spam address. I don't check that.
You're not answering my question.
But the thing is, I can't directly answer your question without telling you I have accounts set up for I don't get that problem.
You're not answering my question because you're dealing with the symptom and not the problem.
I don't get that problem. I don't have that problem because you're not getting that information directly to me.
The problem and the question that I'm asking.
Okay, I'm going to answer the question.
Because you're dealing with the symptom by having multiple email addresses. The problem is that they're tracking you. They're tracking your purchases. And that's just one way to track you. So if you think they're only tracking your purchases, then you're crazy. They're tracking you to see what you buy so they can get you to buy something else. So my question wasn't, do you have multiple email addresses to run from them? Because that's essentially what you're doing, because we all do it, and I'm not attacking you on that. What I'm asking you is, how do you feel about them tracking you? That's what I'm asking you.
Everything is trackable. Everything. I don't have a problem. Let me answer that way. I don't have a problem with it because I have a resolution to take care of it for me.
I got a big problem with it. I don't like it. I don't like you tracking me. I do the same thing you do, Carlton Banks, but I don't like it. We are in a culture, and whether you want to be a part of the culture or not, you are in the culture. Whether you go to Kroger and get you some groceries, and you get the nice little chunk of change off on the gas, which they overprice anyway, or whether you go and you get your little point card at Best Buy, or whether you have a Facebook page and put everything you do at every precise moment you do it, your likes, your dislikes. You know how many times a week I get the update, JR, would you like to give Facebook your telephone number? No. Sorry, I would not. I mean, I know they got it anyway because I know they probably use other alternate sources, and I'm no fool. I'm knowing that the 1% Marcus alluded to earlier is using all of these little entities to monitor us all. For what reason? We could kind of guess where it's going, but without that said, no, I don't like it. I'm not okay with it. But I know me as one person. I mean, I can only do what, say, Carlton Banks does and have multiple spams or
email, or give them an email that you actually have to.
Oh, I have like weird names on there.
You're looking at it. You're still looking at the email address.
But it's the point. The point is that regardless of, they know people have spam email.
Yeah,
they also know that out of the, let's say, the people in this room, out of the 4 of us in this room that probably do the spam thing, there's 400 that don't. And so their mission is accomplished.
No, I don't want any mailings or anything. That's what I say. No, you don't need it.
You know what I do? When that stuff come to my house, I write on it, return to sender. Every time. Return to sender. And you know what I do? I put it back in the mailbox. And if you continue to send it to me, I got stamina. I ain't going nowhere. I live here. I ain't going nowhere. Every single time y'all spam me, I'm going to spam you right back. Put it back in your mailbox. And when they send you those emails that say, don't reply, I reply every time. I don't want this. Don't email me no more.
You should sit it back and say,
we talk about the article
every time. Because you know what? I mean, I realize that nobody cares. I realize that it's an unmanned email address book. I realize that when this paper mail comes to me, it's going back to where I get it. I do. Trust me, I get it. But that's my way of making my point, and that's the way I choose to do it.
There was an article about a guy that I just happened to see randomly. An article or a news clip of a guy who got spam from a company one time and saved like the spam for like maybe a year or two and boxed it all up and sent it back. And there was like a thing about that, and they interviewed him and everything. But I mean, regardless,
I got one better than that. Dude got a solicitation for a credit card, wrote his own terms on it, and then in court, they didn't so much side in his favor, but they sided in the majority of his favor based off of the terms.
Because the company didn't read it.
They agreed. He wrote new terms on the solicitation, and they mailed it back to him,
gave him a card
with that agreement. And he went to court. They took him to court. But he had, done this little photocopy and said, hey. And the judge said, you only going to pay X, Y. You should have read
it.
What he sent back.
Here's the last thing I want to get into on this is Amazon, JR, has come out and said that they're going to be delivering packages, or they want to try. It's a pilot program that they want to deliver packages same day. I don't know how you do it, but I think I do know how you do it. They want to do it with drones.
Yes, they do.
Tell me what your thoughts are on that.
And as y'all can probably guess, I got a big problem with that mess too. They basically what they saying that Carlton Banks got way too many spam email accounts. That's not good enough. We're not getting far enough in your home. Like they put their foot in the door. They like the Jehovah's Witness one. Put the foot in the door. But you really need to hear about the Kingdom Hall, blah, blah, blah. That's not enough. Now they want the drone, because how is the drone? Number one, if you're in the apartment that I currently have, there's an overhead. So if that overhead physically blocks a drone from carrying, say, an Xbox to my house. Now, what they want is not to make a more efficient service. They want a more efficient way to see inside your home, and seeing inside your home ain't good enough. What they want is to say, what label is that Carlton Banks got on? What is he doing? What conversations are being held? Like they want all of this information. And me personally, I'd go live on the moon with the little man in the moon, if there is really a thing, before I order anything from anybody using any type of drones. I don't do that.
We getting a couple of hits in social media. First off, I need to apologize to Joy because I attributed Joy's comment to Michelle earlier when Joy mentioned that she went and did some purchases on Black Friday. She didn't go out. One year she did. She wouldn't do it now. I attributed that to Michelle incorrectly. It was actually Joy's comment. Simone is listening to us. She said that she did Black Friday one year, never again. She's 4'11". Black Friday is dangerous for short people. I did see a story. Recently of a guard who was at the door and got trampled and he died. And the family, of course, wants to know what's going on here. These people trampled over this guy and they're still shopping. You hear stories about that a lot. Not a lot, but enough. Steven Sykes is still listening to us, Mr. LP of Enliven Radio. He says that they've been basically monitoring your purchases for 15 years. The Pentagon used to monitor it initially, but Homeland Security monitors it now. It's data, emails, etc., stored in databases across the country. Overseas, you can report to the Consumer Product Commission, and they have to stop or pay a fine per issue. So that's his comment. Carlton Banks, you were about to get in. What's your thoughts, man?
The biggest thing I see from it is the fact that you're losing a job. They are cutting down on the workforce. Not so much that I'm going to let drones deliver things for you. I'm actually cutting my overhead because of the simple fact I can now send something that I can send a unmanned airplane or whatever to a location, and I got to pay JR to deliver it, and then run the health risk insurance of him slipping and falling down on the steps, working with comp, and also breaking the person's Xbox, and got to pay for that. There are a lot of things that are being said that are not being said when you use automation. You can't stop tomorrow. You can hate it now. You can dislike it now, but you can't stop it.
I have a problem. How much more do you need to cut overhead? Eventually, we got to really get to the root of what these people want. And you can say, money is a great motivator, and for all intents and purposes, yes, it is. But how much overhead does Amazon have? They just have a warehouse. That's it. You don't go into an Amazon store.
Right.
You don't. They're not paying any taxes on an actual brick and mortar store. And a warehouse. They just have warehouses. They have warehouses in locations. So they have these warehouses in locations. And so now you're telling me that in addition to these big warehouses that they have in these locations, they want to add planes to their already big warehouses. I'm sorry, a company that has planes and that have the ability to be too close to comfort. If it's able to maneuver and get to my house like that, I don't want it. I'm sorry, I won't do business there. I won't buy nothing to do with Amazon.
Ain't no Steppin with Marcus J. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, Carlton Banks is going to ask the question we've been waiting all night for him to ask. What do you think about it? And I'm looking forward to it. I know what he's going to ask, but I can't wait for you to hear what he's going to ask. Ain't no Steppin with Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio, JR, Carlton Banks, SY, and you and me right here, live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Stay with us. Be back in a minute.